How are you guys doing today? This is not gonna be an install video because there's a couple videos online, but the reason for this video is because a couple days ago I took my bike to the dealer to do a rear tire change for my incoming trip, and it just happened on my way to the dealer. My engine coolant, the coolant light, red light came on, and engine fog came on. Right then I knew what was the problem. So I went to the dealer, got the tire change, and I ended up buying a whole new kit, retrofit kit for the water pump for my Ultra Limited 2015. Back in, I think it was 2017, I came out with a video when I was having problem with my water pump. And at that time, Harley Davidson, they still didn't have a retrofit kit. At that time, they were still replacing the water pump with the original pump, and that's what they did on my bike. They replaced my water pump, and I replaced the thermostat, and that pretty much fixed the problem until today. So that was 2017 until now. So the water pump died. I think it's the water pump because when I turn on the fan manually, I don't feel the pump running. So I think it's the water pump. Well, long story short, I say, you know what, forget about it. I'm gonna retrofit the kit. I know that sooner or later I was gonna do it, so I was just waiting for the time that the pump kick the bucket and go full on with the whole retrofit kit. The retrofit kit consists on the new redesigned pump. Pretty much what Harley Davidson did, they grabbed the water pump from the M8 models and retrofitted to the Rushmore from the 2014 to the 2016. So they came out with this kit, brackets, hoses, and everything. So that's what I did. I spent about $380, I think, pretty much for the kit. So I'm doing it myself, and I saw a couple videos, but one thing I was kind of not too is like, why these people taking the whole lower fairing, you know, with the radiator goes, why are they taking the whole entire thing apart? I could not, you know, wrap my brain around, you know. So I just started doing it, and yes, you don't have to take the entire lower fairing apart, you know. So I'm gonna show you right now what I had done so far. This probably getting, I probably don't finish it today, I'm not sure. So it may be a two-part type of thing on this clip, but I want to show you something, guys. Okay, guys, as you can see right here, this is, I call this the lower fairing. I don't know what's the name of it, but I call this the lower fairing. What you could see here is what I did was I took all this part on the front, and the only to get access to this part, because obviously the hose, this hose right here, let me see if I can get my finger, there's a hose right here that goes to the radiator. That hose gets replaced, and that goes down to the assembly where the water pump is. As you can see, the fairing's still here. The only thing I ended up doing is loosen up these two clamps, you know, right here. And it's because the only reason I ended up doing is because there's a bolt right in the middle. Let's see if I can get, right here. There's a bolt right in here that holds this part right here. If you could see here, you see this, there's a bolt come through here, and it just happened that is right in the middle. So I have to get the upper part, which is this clamp, loose so I can move it and have access to the bolt. That's the only reason I ended up taking this. But the bottom part here, there's no need to. The only thing, this is your left side. The only thing I run into a problem, but I knew I had that problem because I messed up that thing back when I was messing back in 2017. I over torqued the screw, so I know I was gonna run into this problem. The problem is being there all the time, but obviously, you know, I messed up the screw, so I had to remove the the bases out of it, and I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna secure that, the bottom part. That was the only, but you should not have that problem. But what I'm saying is, man, there's no reason to take the whole entire thing. If you could see on the left side, if you could see right here on the left side, it's still right here, and this one is still loose. Still loose, you see right here. Let's see, it's still loose, and it's because the same thing. There's a bolt on the middle where the engine guard goes to, right here. And if you go back in here, okay, if you see right here, I removed the front part. You still got the fairing right here, so just enough for me to get access to the hose right here. See, the upper fairing still in here, right here. As you can see here, that's your water pump right here. The oil still on the bracket. There's 2 bolts in here that I took out, and there's the your water pump, your old one, and your thermostat. And the oil, it came down in one piece. And you got this hose right here that is coming from the left radiator. You got your older hose right here that is coming from the right radiator. So you got your right radiator, your left radiator, and you got the harness. You have the other harness. This is your water pump, left radiator, right radiator, and this goes to your sensor and relay, if I'm not mistaken, from what I remember troubleshooting. So that's it. I'm gonna clean all this area, clean it up. This hose is gonna come out, and I think this one will come out too. I think from I remember. We'll see. This is what I've done so far. What I did, I got the pump secure to the bracket, and what it is there's a clamp that grabs from here. It's like, you know, it grabs from here, the clamp, and it goes around, and it goes with this bolt right here. What I did was I put some red Loctite towards the bolt. I don't know if you guys can see right here, to, you know, make sure it's tight, because that's going to be a lot of vibration. Obviously that's what's holding the pump. The other thing I did, I put the little grommets, put some grommets right here that came with it. And the next thing that I gonna do, I got this hose installed, this short one, you can see right here, and it calls for this type of clamp. I think it's called Flex or Trex, Nex, whatever ends with the X. I can't remember anymore, but it's this type of clamp right here. And what I did was, the hose, I'm hoping I'm right. Hose brings an arrow with the part number right here. And what I tried to do, I think that's how they're intended to do. There's a little arrow on the pump right here. So I tried to align the arrow with the hose arrow. And I think that's where kind of the spot for aligning. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna crimp this clamp before installing, because it's more comfortable. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. What I'm using to crimp it, I bought this a while back, and I'll probably look for the part number for you guys. It's always handy to have, and it's right here, this thing right here, you know, and it's just, it crimps, it grabs it. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna crimp it. So I haven't crimped one of these in a couple years, so let's hopefully it works. There you go. There's the crimp. I don't know if you could see it up close. See it. There's the crimp right there. See? It's like a little nipple when you see crimp it. And hopefully I got the holes in the right spot. But the thing is, I crimped it outside of, which is more comfortable. There's 3 of those clamp that comes. There's 3 of those. So I think the other 2 are for the where it hooks up to the radiator. So I got the clamp secure. I got the hose, short hose with part number right here. Crimp. And next step is mounting the thing on the bracket.
3 days later.
I'm done with the installation of the water pump. So far, I could say the installation was pretty simple. Put new antifreeze. I ended up going and buy some of the original Harley antifreeze. I know that I heard in some videos that there's another brand that you could use it, but I figure, you know what? If I'm gonna spend almost $400 on a new pump kit, might as well, spend the extra $30 or $25 what it cost me for the Harley Davidson antifreeze. So I did that. I bleed the system, which is very simple. The manual way, the way the manual calls for, the without the adapter, doing the manual way. So I did that. I took it for a ride. So far I don't have no leaks. Took about about 6-10 miles ride. Got no faults, no leaks. Everything is good. That's it. The other thing I was gonna show you guys, this is the crimper that I have, and I'm gonna put them in the description. I still don't know the official name. I know it ends with the X, the flex crimper, but this is it. This is the crimper. I bought this, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. I was crimping some of those clamps. So that's pretty much what you need. It brings 3 of those, and it brings the other one that you get it with the needle nose. I'm gonna search where I got them. I don't remember if I got them from eBay or from Amazon, but I think I got it from eBay. I'm gonna do a research. I'm gonna find you the part number. I'm gonna put them on the screen. But this is the crimper. So that's it, guys. That's pretty much it. That's the whole install. It's not that bad. I think it's something that you could do. If you got tools and you have a lift, any type of jack or lift. My previous pump lasts me about 22,000 miles, and that was the second pump that Harley ended up paying for after my original pump broke down at 8,000 miles. So the second pump, which is still was the old one, the old part number, it lasted me about 22,000 miles. I knew I was gonna replace the pump no matter what. It was just a matter of when I was gonna replace it, because I know that old pump, they're horrible. They're very bad design. So it was just a matter of time when. Well, for me, the second pump, it lasted me 22K. So there you go. I'm glad I was able to change the pump now before my incoming trip that I'm having next month, than been dealing with the lights through the whole trip, which is it could have been very distractive. So that's it, guys. As a little update with my 2015 ultra limited water pump. So I see you until next time.